Oh man, $1 billion lost Bitcoin, tumbling over 7% here, crashing the market, liquidating overzealous longs. How much lower can this move go? You guys know we've been covering this day to day. If you're not part of this community, chances are you got surprised by this big candlestick to the downside, potentially getting you liquidated. But how much lower can it go? We're going to break that down here on this channel. Quick recap, guys. You saw we did not fall for this breakout to the upside. Loads of people thought, oh, look, we're breaking out here on the 8th of August. And 10 days later, there you see, liquidated to the downside. This is how the whales take your money. Yes, the whales will take your money just before a bull market by faking you out to the upside and taking your coins to the downside. Be very, very careful in this market. We need to understand what is going on. Of course, you guys know this has not come as a surprise to us. I had this red rectangle drawn here for a very long time saying, guys, we're looking for dip buy, but it looks like we're going to get even better prices. And I'm going to show you how low that could get, because this big candlestick here is a painful one. Now, of course, we need to cover off some FUD. There was some FUD going around. And I don't think it's just FUD. I think it's miscommunications and people not understanding what's going on. That Elon Musk SpaceX sold all of its $373 million in Bitcoin. First things first, $373 million of Bitcoin is not a crazy amount, right? It's not billions that we're talking about. It's $373 million. Secondly, there's no evidence in the article or anywhere to suggest that they actually did sell it. Now, if they did, let's find out. But the wording, how it's written, it says that they wrote it off. They wrote down the value of the Bitcoin it owns by $373 million. This is different. This is when you have to mark to market your losses. So in the way that the US accounting works, and you've heard Michael Saylor talk about this, unfortunately, you cannot write in the gains of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin went up in price, on your accounting, on your balance sheet, you can't show that. You just can show the price you bought it in at. There's no profit to be had. If it goes to the downside, if Bitcoin goes to the downside, you have to show it as a write-off. So they had to show this as a write-off to the downside. So it's very skewed to the one side. And this is why Michael Saylor says that loads of institutions don't want to touch Bitcoin. It's just skewed out of favor, right? And this is all old regulation that doesn't allow them to do that. So we've got to get that out of the way. Secondly, we need to understand exactly the extent of what happened. And if you look there above my head, over the last 24 hours, $1.04 billion. Correct. Because some people want to take out leverage. Some people want to be greedy. They got their 100x trades going on. And that's why you're seeing that liquidation. That money is going to market makers when it should be sitting in your pocket, guys. Please, when will you learn? Why are you taking crazy leverage trades moments before a potential bull market? $500 million of that is from Bitcoin, 300 million from ETH, and then a bunch from the altcoins. Devastating day in the crypto market. One of the worst days we had here in 2023. But still, we have to remind ourselves, where is price action? Price action, even if you look at it now, is miles better than it was when we sat at 15,500. Crypto traders, you won't want to miss this. We all know that security is paramount when it comes to our asset. Get ready to experience industry-leading security with Coinbase Advanced, plus the features you come to love and expect. Rest assured, Coinbase Advanced utilizes state-of-the-art encryption and security programs to safeguard your hard-earned asset. With Coinbase Advanced, your assets are held one-to-one and never lent out without your consent. Coinbase takes security seriously so you can focus on what you do best, trading. Gain access to advanced trading tools, real-time market data, and a large number of trading pairs. Take advantage of deep liquidity and make informed decisions. Coinbase Advanced gives you control, speed, and flexibility. Enter and exit trades quickly with real-time order books. Manage risk in volatile markets with different order types such as limit orders and stop limit orders. Enjoy a user-friendly interface that remembers your settings, creating a seamless trading experience. Sign up to Coinbase Advanced using my affiliate link in the description. Support this channel. Don't miss out. Head over to ijaz.uk/Coinbase. Thank you, Coinbase, for supporting our community and content. Just a little while ago, that was just in November last year, okay? So you have to remind yourself that still here in 2023, this asset class has done really well. But of course, when you get these sensationalist headlines where we've had a bad day here on Bitcoin, it skews people's mindset towards crypto. Let's address the elephant in the room. How far can this move go? So you guys will know that I said up until the EMA ribbon is nothing but a healthy pullback. But I made it very clear, if we lose this EMA ribbon, this is no longer just a healthy pullback. Then we're in for much bigger pain. So if we take a look at this weekly candlestick here, which by the way closes in 2 days, so on Sunday this will close, we are currently below our weekly EMA ribbon. Yes, you can see that here. If we close at this level, guys, this is a problem. But of course, we don't want to panic just yet. Remember, the last two big moves we've had came from a pullback. Let me show you. Look at this move here. Big move to the upside. We pull back. Look at this devastating wick to the downside here. This huge, horrible wick making you feel like you're going to lose the weekly EMA ribbon, followed by an amazing move to the upside. So just like I showed you on the daily chart where they fake to the upside and then move the price to the downside, they do the same on the weekly chart. They fake the move to the downside and then boom, they take your coins and then they take the extended move to the upside, right? So you're looking at the difference in price of this candle, the lows of 19.5 all the way to the highs of this candle at 28. 19.5 to 28 in less than 10 days time, right? That's what they do here. So I want to see the same. Look at this. Big pullback here to the downside. Wicking candle went below the EMA ribbon, followed by big, powerful candle again. Bottom of the candle here, 24.8. Top of the candle here, 31.4. Look at the difference they're getting, guys, just by shaking you out to the downside, moving it to the upside, right? And don't want to fall for that again. So you see this move, consolidating. Big move here to the downside. Is this going to close green, or is it going to at least close in the EMA ribbon, followed by a powerful move the following week? And the best way to remedy that, because we don't know, right? We don't know which direction is going. Any TA guy who's telling you 100%, I know where this is going, it's all cap. Don't listen to those guys. You've got to be pragmatic and set yourself up in either direction. And the best way I'm doing that is I'm nibbling. I'm nibbling in this box, and when we fall out of the box, I'm nibbling even more, right? Like now that we're below this box. That doesn't mean I'm delusional. It doesn't mean I'm allocating all my cash, because like I've shared with you guys for a while now, there is a risk of a big bearish pattern. What is the big bearish pattern, I hear you ask? It's an M pattern. A double top M pattern is a reversal pattern which can push you to the downside. Now, if this M pattern is to play out, where do you need to get to? Well, you need to get to the bottom of this candle here. The bottom of this candle here is the neckline. If I show you this here is the neckline there, okay? Because that's where your M pattern forms along that neckline. And that neckline sits at 24.8, okay? That candle fell to 24.8. Now, incidentally, we did fall as low as that level, 24.7 over the last 24 hours. We did. But we have to close below it in order for the M pattern to play out, okay? If we can hold here, that's okay. If we lose that, we need to tear up the script guide. Then we could be looking for a painful pullback, which can bring you down to those levels around that 20K level again. So no longer can we say that 20K is out of the realm. We can start talking sensibly about 20K now. Now, is it time to raise the alarm and say 15.5K or anything like that? Bit premature because we haven't lost our weekly EMA ribbon. If we do lose that in the next 2-3 days and we end up below the EMA ribbon and we start staying below it, then that's a problem. Now, I need to address another elephant in the room. And that elephant in the room is that people are saying this is a crypto-specific problem. No, this is not a crypto-specific problem. Let me evidence this right now for you guys. Let's jump on over into the traditional markets to understand exactly where we're at here. This is the weekly candle on the S&P, down 2%. Big candle, I'm sure you can agree here, on the S&P. This is the NASDAQ, another big red candle, down 2%, right? The whole markets are rotating risk off. And this is why we understand that this move is not a crypto-led move. This was a wider move, which we telegraphed. We knew it was coming. We spoke about it. It was this dollar index, which is showing too much strength. Look at that dollar index. I've been barking on about this all over the last 10 days, saying, guys, this dollar index is trying to break out of trend. It's trying to break out of pattern. And if it follows this line, it's going to be a problem. And this weekly candle here in the dollar index is reclaiming its EMA ribbon. That's a problem. That's a problem that it's getting above its EMA ribbon. So we need to act quickly. Either risk is going to quickly rotate on and we can send it back to the downside, or we're not going to rotate on and this pattern is going to play out, and that's the problem. We don't want that to happen. If that happens, then we're looking at Bitcoin M pattern playing out. We could be heading down to 20K, and I need to make sure I've got some cash on the sidelines to get me some beautiful 20K Bitcoin. So to summarize, what is it we're trying to understand in this market right now? It's the dollar index rotating the markets to risk off. This is not a Bitcoin specific issue. Bitcoin is correlated inversely to the dollar index. When the markets are rotating risk off, Bitcoin takes the brunt of it. It's a risky asset class. It's going to move a multiple of the amount that the S&P and NASDAQ does. And if you look at the S&P and NASDAQ, they had a hard time, right? Look at this in the pre-market. They're rotating red again. NASDAQ futures falling another percent. So Bitcoin could fall another couple of percent today, right? We've got to be prepared for that because we're just There's more leverage in the Bitcoin system. There's more degens taking 100x trades, 25x trades, 50x trades. So it's a domino effect. If you can liquidate the first 1 to 2%, the next cascade like a set of dominoes. And that's why you always, since the beginning of time on Bitcoin, we get flash crashes. Flash crashes moving you to the downside, giving you crazy wicking candles. We've seen it before. This doesn't surprise us, right? This is not anything we haven't seen before. You've got to prepare yourself for it. You can't get shaken out. You can't panic. You've got to look for opportunities. And if you've been in crypto for a while, you will spot these opportunities. But if you're new, you've got to prepare yourself. Learn from those that have been in these bear markets before you and get ready. Finally, guys, not a surprise crash. We're ready for it. We'll evaluate the lower price points as and when they start to play out. I've got some cash on the sidelines. I'm nibbling and making purchases as I go along. Of course, do your own research and only invest what you're willing to lose, guys. Cannot emphasize that enough. Make sure you go watch this video here. I posted a really important video, which I worked hard on for you guys. I know it's not TA related, but you're going to love it. Please go watch this video here. Show some love there. And I'll see you in the next one.